Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the most important topic of the chapter Force and Newton's laws of motion, which is the numericals. Okay? So, before moving forward, if you are new to my channel, then hit the subscribe button and bell icon for the further updates of the coming videos. Let's get started. Now, let us start with the first question. A motor car is moving with the velocity of 108 km per hour and it takes 4 seconds to stop after the brakes are applied. Calculate the force exerted by the brakes on the motor car if the mass along with the passenger is 1000 kg. Now, whenever you solve a numerical, it is very important to first go through the question properly. So, let us go through that. Hence, what is given in the question? A motor car is moving with the velocity of 108 km per hour. What does this 108 km per hour indicates? It indicates the velocity. But which velocity? It indicates initial velocity. Okay? And it takes 4 seconds to stop after the brakes are applied. Now, while the motor car is moving, the brakes are applied. And as soon as the brakes are applied, the vehicle stops and it takes 4 seconds to stop. Okay, so the time t is being given, which is 4 seconds. Calculate the force exerted by the brake on the motor car if the mass along with the passenger is 1000 kg. Now we have to calculate the force which is applied by the brake to stop the motor car. And what is given? Again, it is given that the mass of the motor car along with the passenger is 1000 kg. Now, let me give you a rough idea of this question. What we have to find is force. What is force? Force is equals to mass into acceleration. Is acceleration given in this question? No. What we have to find is acceleration. What is the formula for acceleration? V minus u upon t. So, which formula we will use? We will use the formula F is equals to mass multiplied by bracket V minus U upon T. Is it clear to everyone? Have you got the rough idea how to solve this question? Now, let us move forward. Now, first of all, we will write the given. What is given? Initial velocity is given, which is 108 km per hour. Again, the unit kilometer per hour has to be converted into meter per second. The kilometer per hour is not the SI unit. So first we will convert it into the SI unit, which is meter per second. You can convert kilometer per hour into meter per second by just simply multiplying it by 5 by 18. So what you will get is 30 meter per second. Now what is given? Time is given, which is 4 seconds. Again, you must understand that when the brakes are applied on the motor car, what should be the final velocity? It should be 0 since the vehicle is being stopped. So the final velocity is 0 meter per second. And what is the mass? The mass is 1000 kg. So let us go through the answer. So what we get is force is nothing but equals to mass into acceleration. But what is acceleration? V minus u upon t. Now substituting the value of mass, final velocity, initial velocity and time in the above equation, what we get is 1000 in the bracket 0 minus 30 upon 4. And simplifying this equation, what we get is force is equals to 7500 Newton with a negative sign. This negative sign shows that the direction of force which is applied by the brakes is in the opposite direction to the direction in which the vehicle is moving. Isn't it very simple? Yes, it is, but it needs some logic and some practice. So, let us go through the next example. A force of 5 Newton gives a mass m1 an acceleration of 10 meter per second square and the mass m2 an acceleration of 20 meter per second. What acceleration would it give if both the masses were tied together? Here it is very much important to understand this question properly. If you have understood, you can solve your problem very easily. So first of all I will give you a rough idea what this question tells. So a force of 5 Newton is given. Okay, the force is 5 Newton. When the 5 Newton force is applied on the mass m1, how much acceleration is produced by that mass? 10 meter per second. Is it clear? Similarly, the same amount of force, 5 Newton of force, is applied to the mass m2. And what does the acceleration mass m2 produces? It produces an acceleration of 20 meter per second square. Okay? If you are confused what exactly is given in the question, just go through the units properly. Here the units meter per second square. What does it indicate? It indicates that acceleration is being given. Don't get confused that 10 meter per second represents mass. Okay? If mass has to be given, the unit must be kg. So by understanding the units, you must be able to identify what exactly is given in the question. So what exactly is being asked in the question? What acceleration would it give? Acceleration is asked. Now, what acceleration is produced when both the mass, means when m1 and m2 are tied together and the force of 5 Newton is applied on that combined mass, at that time what acceleration is produced, that we have to find out. But before going to the question, first we have to calculate the value of m1 and m2. And how we will calculate? Just by writing a proper given. So let us write the given first. Force is what? 5 Newton. Mass given, let us assume that the mass is m1 and acceleration produced is a1 by the mass a1, which is 10 meter per second square. Also m2 is the mass of the second object and a2 is the acceleration of the second object, which is 20 meter per second square. Okay, so first we will find out the mass m1. We know that what is the formula for force? Force is equals to mass into acceleration. Here we are dealing with the mass m1 and acceleration a1. So what our equation will become? It will become F is equals to 1e1. Rearranging this equation, what we get is m1 is equals to F upon a1. Okay, you all know that why we are calculating m1 and m2. If we have to calculate the acceleration of the combined mass, we have to understand that m1 and m2 has to be calculated properly. Okay, now m1 is calculated, which is equals to 5 by 10, which is equals to 0.2 kg. Now m2 is calculated, which is equals to F upon E2, which is equals to 5 upon 20, which is equals to 0.25 kg. We have calculated the value of m1 and m2, which is 0.2 kg and 0.25 kg respectively. Now, what we have to find is combined acceleration. So what we will do, we will just add the value of m1 and m2, which is m is equals to 0.2 plus 0.25, because we get is 0.75 kg. Now, what is the formula? We have is F is equals to mass into acceleration. What we have to find is acceleration, which is equals to force upon mass. Now, what force is applied? 5 Newton. What is the combined mass? It is 2.75 kg. Now, substituting these values in the equation and solving, we get 6.67 meter per second square. This is the acceleration produced when two masses m1 and m2 are joined together and the force of 5 Newton is being applied. Is it clear to everyone? If you have any doubt related to this, just comment below. Now, let us consider one graphical numerical so that you will understand the concept of force properly. What is given is the velocity time graph of a ball of mass 20 gram moving along a straight line on a long table is given in the figure. How much force does a table exert on the ball to bring it at rest? First of all, what exactly is given in the question is that a velocity time graph is given, which we'll see in the next slide. Also, what is given is the mass of 20 gram ball The ball is having a mass of 20 grams. Now just imagine a table in which a ball is being placed. That ball is moving with some velocity. Okay, and after a period of time, due to some friction between the ball and the table, the ball is being stopped. So what we have to find is the force which is applied due to the friction and the ball gets stopped. Okay, so what exactly we have to find is the force applied on the ball to stop. So now let us go directly towards the graph. Here the velocity time graph is given. Here the most important thing you have to know is that the velocity is given in centimeter per second. So if you don't know how to read the velocity time graph, you can refer my previous video. I have already discussed. So in this graph, what is the initial velocity given? It is 20 centimeter per second. And what is the final velocity? It is 0. And how much time does the ball takes to stop? It is 10 seconds. Is it clear to everyone? Yes. So what we have now, what is given in the question is mass, which is 40 gram. First, we will convert mass in grams to kg, since grams is not the SI unit. So first we will convert grams into kg. So what we will do is just divide 20 by 1000. So what we get is 0.02 kg. Initial velocity given is 20 centimeter per second. What is final velocity? 0, since the ball is being stopped. At what time? How much time does it take? It takes 10 seconds. First, we must have a basic rough idea. What we have to find is force. Force is nothing but mass into acceleration. But is acceleration given in this question? No. So what we do is first find the acceleration. We all know what is the formula for acceleration. It is acceleration is equals to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. So what is the final velocity? It is 0. Initial velocity 20 divided by time 10 seconds. So what we get is minus 2 centimeter per second square. If you know how to read the graph, you must have been understood that the retardation graph, this graph is representing retardation. Okay, and that's why the negative sign is present here. Since with the time, the velocity of the ball is decreasing. So what we get is acceleration is equal to minus 2 centimeter per second square. But centimeter per second square is not the SI unit. So first we will convert centimeter per second square to meter per second square. This can be converted just by time to minus 2 is 0.01. So what we get is 0.02 meter per second square. Is it clear to everyone? We all know that 1 meter is nothing but equals to 100 centimeters. Clear to everyone? Okay. We got acceleration in SI system. What exactly we have to find is force. So force is equals to mass into acceleration. What is mass? 0.02 kg. What is acceleration? Minus 0.02 meter per second square. Multiplying both the terms, so what we get is minus 0.0004 newtons. This negative sign indicates that the frictional force is acting in opposite direction in which the ball is moving. Isn't it very simple? If you think my video is helpful, then like, share and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye.